Right, good evening, Wellness Warriors. Sorry, tonight has not gone to plan. Facebook have updated their go live, and it's not bringing up the messaging. It's not bringing all of our bits up. So I'm just going to move because I didn't charge my phone. So now I'm hoping that I'm going to have enough battery. Let's plug it in quick. Enough battery to see us through the Power Hour with me, Carla Andrews, on the 16th of the 2nd, 2020. Today, as every Sunday, we open up the conversation around mental health and wellbeing. And we just talk amongst ourselves. The lovely Rob has joined us and said hello. I know earlier, just as I was trying to go live, Catherine sent me a picture of one of her children all settled in on the sofa, ready for Empower Hour because it's school holidays and they get to stay up late. So hello children. Child 1 and 2. Have we got child 1 and 2 with us, Catherine? So sorry, I don't know why Facebook has updated everything and now it's not working. I will try and get that sorted out in the week and we'll be back to normal by next Sunday. In the meantime, you're with my lovely phone, so you might get a bit seasick, but it's still in Power Hour. So tonight, guys, I wanted to introduce to you PMA. Now, what does PMA stand for, mean? What does, have you come across it before, is my question first of all. And I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about PMA. And then I'm going to, we'll go through our wellness wins. What's gone really well for us this week. 3 wellness wins, so please share them with me. And then we do our lovely cards at the end of the night. However, we know the deal that unfortunately, because we're now on phone, it's going to all be backwards. And I'm trying to hold the phone and I'll be reading the cards as well. So it's probably going to go pear-shaped. But hey-ho, I love you, you love me. We'll get through this together. So, guys, be thinking about your 3 wellness wins. What has gone well for you this week? And I'll be asking for you to share them in just a little bit. But first of all, let's open up this conversation around mental health and well-being. Obviously, in the news, there has been some very sad news this weekend, of a celebrity taking their own life. It's been social media has been absolutely flooded with people posting mental health awareness numbers, support numbers. They've been saying, come and have a coffee with me, it's okay to talk, and everyone has been sharing positives about that they're there, that no one's alone. What I'd like to add though is there are over 800,000 let me get my zeros right, people taking their own life every year. It equates to 1 every 40 seconds. So how can we reduce that number? Because it's a massive number and we need to reduce it. So absolutely, by people saying I'm always there, you can always call me. There are many support groups out there, Samaritans, Mind, Motivating Minds. There are so many. You'll have personal, more localised ones, and then you've got the big national charities. But part of what we're trying to do in Motivating Minds is put a lot of prevention in. So I know we've got 2 kiddies watching tonight, so hello guys. So first of all, we have to embed 2 children when they're really young. It's okay to talk about mental health. Everyone has mental health, just like we have physical health, and we should all make time to look after it. So when we're taught about physical health, we're told we should be exercising 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week. We should be walking so many steps. We should be doing this. But what's the checklist for our mental health? To me, some of the most important things are about having your tribe, and this is what Motivating Minds, I think, does really well. We have a fantastic tribe of people that have joined us on the journey, whether that's our walks, whether that's our arts and crafts, whether that's our social nights, whether that's just coming in and just offloading and having a cuppa with one of the team. It is really important. So I think opening up that conversation and having that awareness that everyone's got mental health and we should be looking after it, and we should be making time for ourselves is really important. Then there's the self-love bit. That's essential. We have to start learning to look at our positives and being kind to ourselves. All too often the world is very cruel around us. It can be a throwaway comment when someone's at school. It can be more serious than that. It can be bullying, or it can be in the workplace, and it can be leaving people out, or on social media, especially from what I've seen this weekend on social media, how people can be so horrid. So we really do have to always be kind to ourselves and practice being kind to others as well. Sometimes I see it quite often when people are really struggling and they're in a darker place. They can sometimes think that other people are against them when they're not. They're just not maybe understanding that person's struggling as well. So when friendships have fallen apart because one person blames the other because this has happened or that's happened, and they blew them out for their birthday, and they did this and that actually they might not realise what that other person's going through. So just always being kind, and I think that's really important. It's certainly something I've learned over the years, not to be judgmental, and just to sometimes I've had to move on with my life because someone is in a very different space to me, and likewise, maybe 6 months later we'll catch up, a year later we catch up, but that kindness is always there. So and if they needed me in that time, then I'm there for them, and I think that's really important, that we keep sharing this love and have our tribe, have our people that have got our backs, because I think one of the biggest things is feeling alone in this world. When you feel alone and you wonder what the point is, or it's always an uphill struggle, the smallest act of kindness can change all of that. And whether that's a smile, whether that's a phone call to say how are you doing, whether that's a random text, whether that's phoning up your friend and going, you know what, I haven't seen you for ages, fancy coming round for dinner. There are lots of things that we can do to reach out to one another. A lot of people say, put on Facebook about been there for a phone call, and that's really great. But also, guys, volunteer for organisations. Obviously I'm going to promote Motivated Minds, but Mind, Samaritans, there are so many great organisations out there. Find one that resonates with you. So whether that's Mind, whether that's Samaritans, look at what they offer in terms of their training and what they need in terms of you from time. Some of them will say, well, if you're going to do this training, we need you to sign up for 6 months and do 2 hours a week. Some of them will go, you know what, we've got an events day, could you help us out on this Saturday? And it could be just a one-off, or a couple of times a year. It's not necessarily a great big commitment, but the difference that you will make to someone else can be the difference between life and death. I just think if we all did our bit, if we all did just a bit more, just reaching out that little bit more, you never know the impact that may have. That might be at work, just having a time to talk table, or something that can be set up. I know that one organisation, they have a man shed hour in their organisation, and the men will just get together around the table, play cards, do all sorts of activities, but it's the men's area, and it opens up the conversation around mental health. So I think it's really important that we don't just share on social media that we're there, that we actually put action to it as well. And as I said, it can be a couple of hours once a year, it's not exactly loads, or you can do something more regular. It might just be undertaking, there's plenty of free courses online, just so you have a better understanding. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this weekend's events. But as I said, it happens every 40 seconds. So just while I've been chatting alone, too many people gone way before their time. So, for those that have just joined in, sorry that I'm on my phone tonight. I'm really praying that the battery will be charging. It was because Facebook have changed their settings. They're trying to upgrade Go Live, and it just sodded me up, basically. So, positive mental attitude, guys. The PMA. Napoleon Hill, I read his book Think and Grow Rich probably about 5-6 years ago now, and his book is all based on positive mental attitude, and he doesn't directly use that term, but since sort of 1937, since that book was published, it's been recognised that a positive mental attitude can make a difference. So positive mental attitude is about having optimism, about integrity, about resilience, about mindfulness and gratitude. So there's a lot to positive mental attitudes, and it's not the belief that everything's going to be okay in the end, and just let me just Mary Poppins, the Disney sort of attitude of it'll be okay, we can just blow it in the wind. Positive mental attitude is about having diverse life happening to us, but knowing that that it's not always going to be bad. It's not always living, as I said, on sort of cloud nine and the world being perfect. It's about dealing with what comes in a positive mindset, as opposed to a defeatist mindset. With a positive mindset, you're not blind to the fact that crap's happening. You are fully aware, but you believe that it can be better. It will be better again, that this is a storm, as it were, a passing storm. And in life we all have many passing storms. Some of those storms last, like Kyra, what was the sea one called? The one that's just been, and then we're wham bam straight into Dennis. And some of our storms can be like that. Some of them can be like the big 1987 one, and can take us right off of our feet. But with a positive mental attitude, we know that actually it's not going to stay stormy. The sun will come out again, and we will go on in time again. And I think most importantly, from my perspective of mental health, is that we have the tools to batten down the hatchets, and that if we know the storm's coming, if we can feel the storm's coming, that we have those tools in place, and that we have coping mechanisms ready to help us whilst that storm's overhead. And then when it's past, we can reflect and we can build what's been broken, and we can learn from it as well. So unfortunately, life is never going to be 22 degrees and always sunny and the perfect temperature, the perfect wind. It's going to come at us from every direction, and in a whole manner of ways, from work, from school, if you're still at school, stress, family, friends, social media. There are just so many avenues, and even ourselves, we can be our own worst enemies at times, and I think some of you will know that one as well. So when we have all of this, we need to find our coping mechanisms. So with a positive mental attitude, we recognise that the storm's going to come, that we need tools to help us through the storm. So what sort of things can we do? So we've got the optimism that it's not going to be like it forever, which is one of the first keys. We need to build up resilience, saying, you know what, I remember the last storm that happened, it lasted 7 days, I got through it, this was my safety plan. So when we so building up that resilience is really important. As I've said time and time again, tribe. Let your tribe know. Reach out to them and just say to them that this is where I'm struggling at the moment. It's so important that we do find people that it's safe to talk to. Some people like strangers, so that's why phoning Samaritans really works. That talking to someone you don't know that doesn't judge you. I mean, no one should judge you, but sometimes family members can. So phoning Samaritans, phoning any of the support lines out there. Or if you're strong enough to talk to your friends, your family, a lot of people do go through it and they just don't talk. That's the lovely thing, that what we've seen with the work that we do is by opening up these conversations, it's sort of given permission to others to open up. And I had someone say to me this week, it's like you've given me permission to be myself and that it's okay. And I was really touched that she said that, because she didn't need my permission, bless her, but she felt so much better for it, feeling that she wasn't the only one that was having these thoughts. And she, yeah, it was lovely to be able to work with that lady. I was very touched that she'd been struggling in silence, and been holding it within. And when we hold it within, when we've got that negative within, it's bad for our physical health, but it's obviously bad for our mental health, and it can build up some lasting damage. So by her being able to release that and go, wow, that I don't need to beat myself up anymore over that, that's one of her first steps. So I was really proud. Remember, when we are on if we stick with a negative attitude, everything we see, there isn't a solution. There is a quote around that, and if anyone can think of it, then please share it with me. My brain doesn't hold things like that, but it's like, for every problem there's so for someone with positive mental attitude, for every problem there's a solution. Or for every if someone's holding a negative mental attitude, for every problem there's another problem, or probably 6 more problems on top of that. So in seriousness, what our brain is doing, it's homing in on the negative, and it's been very attuned to anything that is going on that doesn't fit in, and we're over analysing, and we're pulling out all of these negatives, and we're concentrating on the negatives. Whereas if you learn to adopt a positive mental attitude, actually you start to see the break in the daylight. So it's really important that we try for that positive mental attitude. And as I said, it's not about going, oh yes, well I'm going to now be Mary Poppins and the world's going to be perfect, because it doesn't work like that. Okay, we are allowed to be human too, but we're just going to be working on a little bit more optimism. We're going to be building up that resilience, and we're going to practice gratitude. You know, that's one of my favourite things, hence why we do What Went Well every week here. So, my angels and my little wellbeing warriors, I've got so many of you joined tonight, and I just want to give a shout out to Chris, Helen, Wendy said hello, Sam's with us, Carol's with us, and obviously the lovely Catherine and her 2 children. So guys, it's time for What Went Well. Give me 3 of your wellness wins this week, and I'll be thinking of 3 of mine. Mine was all work. I haven't done anything but work. No, tell a lie. I went swimming the other night, so I had some me time. I was very organised. I took dinner to work, and I went straight to swimming and gym after. So that was good. I did work an awful lot of hours last week because we had someone off a bit poorly. So I was working most nights to 7 or 9 o'clock. So it was a very busy one. So my wellness wins were going straight from work to swimming, chilling out this weekend, just doing nothing. I've been doing it since Christmas. I obviously worked for lots of years, 7 days a week, and I'm still in this veg mode at weekends, and it's a little bit to do with my extension still isn't done, and I'm stuck in it's getting to me that it's not done. My house is upside down. I don't like disorder because it disorders my mind. So I'm working really hard on just forgiving myself and just concentrate on the relaxing. It's fine. So relaxing, gym, and let's throw it over to What Went Well. Chatting to a teacher in the week that I managed to help her with some stuff, so that was really good. So, your What Went Wells, they've all come in. So I've got Catherine's really satisfying declutter today. Even if I did mean acknowledging I won't get back into that dress size again. Oh, well done, Catherine. So that's number 1. Number 2 was won a chess game against daughter. Thought I had lost early on. She's getting better. Got a Bluetooth speaker working into ceiling speakers in bathroom. DIY win. Well done, Catherine. Very impressed. Wendy is off to Butlins tomorrow, so that's something that she's been looking forward to, so that's fabulous. So next week, Wendy, your wellness wins, you can tell us about Butlins. Rob has said, mended my car door, mended my coat zip, and mended my rubber duck. Well, you've been on the mend, Mr. Rob Mortimer. So, Montier, not Mortimer, Rob the bass, basically. But, so you've been on the mend, you've been fixing stuff, so that's fabulous. Catherine's sons' wellness wins are 1 at football, 13-0. 13-0? That's not just winning at football, that's smashing it. Well done. Great teamwork there. Broke up for half term, yeah, that's definitely a wellness win, and came top in school for Times Table Rockstars website. Awesome. Well done, number two. You're child number 2, aren't you? So well done, child number 2. Looking after everyone. So Wendy's, everyone's been ill in her house, so she's been looking after everyone. So when you're on holiday next week, Wendy, it's time for them to look after you. And Catherine's daughter's wellness wins, packed for holiday, including a massive sloth cuddly toy. Doubt Mum will let me take it. Can't put it in the boot. First thing in the morning. Mastered a skill I've been trying to for ages. Well done for persevering. And baked gluten-free brownies for Mum. Gluten-free? I'll have to try that. Where's mine? Thank you for sharing. And proud parent adds the following one though. Great marks in maths tests. Well done. Catherine's asked Rob, how do you mend a rubber duck? And Rob has said, it's the other end of the bath plug. The chain came off. There you go. And Wendy has said, survived another half term. Well done. You guys have got some great wellness wins there going on. It's fabulous stuff. Right, I'm looking forward to next week's now. Sorry, I'm getting a dead arm. Right. Okay, I have no idea what the time is. But my phone is charging. Right, it's past. Okay, we're shooting through tonight. We're getting there. Right, okay. So, let's go for our empowering question cards. Do you know what? I'm hoping one of my wellness wins will be next week. Is that my second granddaughter will be here. She was due on Friday and she is late. So I'm really hoping that by next week I'll be a second nanny. Right. Okay. So that's Ed's not here tonight because his partner is in having contractions from 6 minutes to 20 minutes. It's up and down all over the place. So, okay. How would I want to be encouraged right now? What would I want to hear? That's a great question. How would I want to be encouraged right now? What would I want to hear? I'm a bit of a... I struggle a lot with... my self-worth. So I would like to hear something like, you know you can do this. Look how far you've come. So if I was my best friend on my shoulder, I would be, look how far you've come. I know you've got a long way to go because you've got big ambitions, and I know you're tired, and some days feel that you're not getting on more in my personal life, I suppose. Not getting on as far as I'd like to be, but it will all come together. Just that reassurance that it will all come together, because work certainly has. Work's been amazing. I've got the best team ever, and we're just achieving so much. But now I suppose it's left where I've put my personal life on hold for the last 5 years. It's now left a bit of a gap. So I now need to start investing in my health and and myself and my home and my garden. So yeah, I suppose that's what I would like to hear right now. But I suppose more than anything, it's not about just hearing it. I would like a hug, and I'd like someone just to help me, just to help me, because I just feel that I've used all my energy for work, and I've got overwhelmed by my home, and it just feels like it's a battle on my own. Like I'm at the bottom of a mountain, and my personal life is just the mountain. With the one at work, my mountain is like I'm halfway up the mountain. Got a big tribe around me. We're all cheering one another on. But personally, I suppose that's where my hole is that I feel very alone. And then that has a massive effect on my self-worth, because I question why I'm not good enough. But yeah, so I suppose that's how I'd like to be encouraged right now. So how, you haven't got to answer this online, but how would you like to be encouraged right now? What would you want to hear? If you do want to share that, then that's wonderful. Or if you want to message it to me, you're more than welcome to. So if you could hear something right now, what would it be? That's quite a good one. We've never had that one before. Lovely Catherine is wishing Eddie good luck with baby number 2. May I say, actually that should be one of my wellness wins. My baby girl came into work and saw me the other day. I ended up taking mum and dad out for lunch and baby girl for lunch, and it was lovely spending that about half an hour with her. She didn't have shoes on, and she played in the shop, so she had great fun with my little granddaughter. So that was lovely. Right, I'm opening the stressless cards. Stressless. Right. Okay, that's choosing one at random. Right. Thank yourself for what you do. During your work day, write down on small notes all the things that you finished during the day. You can collect the notes in a glass jar on your nightstand at home. Write down even the smallest of things when you go to bed. Have a look at what you've written and thanked yourself for, even the small things that you've done. Instead of thinking about all the unfinished things at work, pay attention to stuff you've done. Gratefulness induces positive feelings, which in turn adds motivation to activity. So, I haven't got to do it just at work. So, if we looked at what I just said about feeling overwhelmed in my personal life, if I was to be thankful for what I've done this weekend, I've practiced rest and relaxation. So that would be I'm thankful for. I've cooked. I've done the washing. So rather than thinking about all the things that I haven't done, because that's where my head had been, I haven't done this, I haven't done that, I haven't still done this. If I look at the positives that I have achieved, then actually I start to feel, certainly less tight in my chest, because I get panicky and my anxiety. So, so if I start looking at what I have done, rather than running through my head what I haven't, I start to feel better. So I like that card. That's a good one. And Catherine has said, that's a good one. Reminding yourself of what you completed. Too often I focus on the to-do list rather than making a done list. Yeah, I think we're probably, quite a few of us are guilty of that. So I like that. So we need to all put that in practice next week as well, please, guys, and we'll check on that. So our done lists. Yeah. Okay, so, kids, have you done your bedroom? Do you like that, Catherine? You can pay me later. Right, I'm putting away these stress less cards with one hand because, as I said earlier, I'm on my mobile phone tonight rather than on the laptop. We've got some exciting news coming up. I'm going to do the affirmators first, and then I'm going to share with you our exciting news, and then what we've got going on in the hub. What are you guys up to Wednesday afternoon? Because I will be sharing with you some stuff that we've got on. So, right, okay. I am choosing a card randomly. Personal growth. As I move towards greater consciousness, I feel old thoughts and habits fall away. Like training wheels on a bike, they help me get to where I am. But now I can ride, I don't need these slow and crummy wheels, except when I'm making bike analogies. Okay, so when we move towards greater consciousness, I feel old thoughts and habits fall away. Like training wheels on a bike, they help me get to where I am. So this is really a bit like all of our gratitude and everything that we're practicing, everything in our toolbox. We're retraining our minds, we're rewiring our brains so they help us. And at the moment we're very conscious of it, but eventually it should all work unconsciously because we've trained our brains. So a good affirmator. Very good affirmator there. Okay, so my wellness warriors, our good news. I've signed the lease on our new shop, the Happy Hub. We are going to be looking for people to please help us with DIY because we need electricians, we need plasterers, we need painters, we need decorators, we need people to help us move because we will be moving mid-March. So mid-March, well, we won't be moving mid-March. We've got the premises from mid-March. We've got about 7 days to move in, make it pretty and move in. So if you can help us sort of from mid-March towards the beginning of April with our new shop, it's going to be so much bigger than the one we've got now. It's still in Eastgate Shopping Centre, and once the other shop has got their notice, I will tell you exactly where it is. So if anyone please can help us, it would be greatly appreciated. Also, we set up a direct debit scheme for people that wanted to help us at the end of 2019. And can I just ask any of you that are dedicated watching and that could maybe donate £4 a month? It would really help us out. If you go to our Just Giving page, or you can just type in on Google Just Give, not Just Giving, Local Giving. If you go to Local Giving, it will give you, you can search Motivated Minds and then you can choose your direct debit amount, but it can start from, I think it's as little as £2 a month. So £2, £4, whatever you can afford. It'd be great if you could support us because it all goes back into helping us, helping others. There is a post today that I posted on Facebook about supporting us. So whether that is volunteering, whether that is fundraising for us, whether that's getting your company to sign up to our social responsibility program, whatever it is, please do encourage, and at the very least just shout out about Motivated Minds, tell people about us, because the more people that hear about us, then hopefully we can help them. And if we can't help them ourselves personally, we will signpost to the most appropriate place that will help them, and I think that's really important. So, what have we got going on this week? We've got quite a bit. It's the school holidays, so we've got 2 additional sessions. Tuesday from 12:30, we've got the lovely Chrissy doing an additional session on aromatherapy and EFT, that's emotional freedom technique. So it's going to last for a good couple of hours. It's open to all ages, so come down to the Happy Hub in Eastgate Shopping Centre, Basildon, and come and take part. It's donation based, so you just chuck a little bit of money in the jar if you've got it, for Chrissy's time. And then the Wednesday, I'm doing a vision boarding workshop, which would be fantastic for our viewers. I know there's 2 younger ones tonight. It's open to all ages, even children, and you can either do it digitally, so a digital vision board, I'll be helping you do that, or we get the arts and crafts stuff out, magazines, pictures, cut them out and stick them either on canvases or on card, however you want to do it. But we're going to be using our GPS system for vision boarding, so it'll be great fun. So that's with me on Wednesday at the Happy Hub at 1 o'clock, about 1 till 3. Not particularly time, not loads of time, but enough to get you started, and walk away with a nice vision board. Again, as I said, it's open to all, so please do come down. If you've got any magazines, or if you've got an old pin board or an old canvas at home and you want to use that, then that's fabulous. If not, you can do them digitally. I do mine digitally these days. I used to do them all the arts and crafts way, and it's great, but I like making mine digital, because I'm up with the times, I'm up with technology. So, it'd be great if you could join that. We've also got all our normal programmes on. We've got Cup of Kindness with Joe on Wednesday, and with repeating that again Saturday with Lovely Bee. With all our kids' programmes still run throughout the school holidays. We don't stop them, because mental health doesn't stop. So we don't stop our programmes. So we've got the Well Kids at Craylands on Monday. We've got Well Youth on Tuesday at the Hub. We've got Friday at Downtowner. In Wickford, we've got that Well Youth Club on, and then we've got all our Walk for Wellbeings on across the Basildon Borough. We're going to be starting a few more. One is certainly going to start in Billericay very soon. So yeah, we've got loads of stuff going on. Now, if you ever want to check out where they're at, you can look on our Facebook event section, or you can go over to our website, www.motivate-minds.co.uk, and look on the What's On Where tab, and my lovely guys have updated that, so everything is written on there. What else have we got coming up? I can't think of anything else off of the top of my head. I think that's it, certainly for the next week. Our next social event, because we had a brilliant social night the other night, we went bowling, and we're going bowling again. The next date is now March the 11th. So again, it's on a Wednesday night. It starts at 5:30. It's usually finished by about 7:30, so it's not a particularly late one, but it is for people of all ages. Our youngest is usually the lovely Zach, who is about 4, and the oldest is, well, a sprightly young, I'm not going to say how old, but a sprightly young person that's older than me. We'll leave it at that. We had 20 people turn up this week for our social night, so it was really good. And what we do is we have the lanes that are at one end of the bowling alley. We always book one end, so it's great. So hopefully we'll get to see some of you on March the 11th for our next one. We've got Park Run on Saturday. We're going to be looking at doing Billericay or Basildon. We did Basildon last week. We didn't do it yesterday because of the weather, but we did it the week before and it was great fun. We'll be doing it again before the month's out. So, if you want to join us at Park Run and join the Motivated Tribe, then please do so. And we've got lots of bits going on. So please do make sure that you pop into the Happy Hub this week and come and say hello to my lovely tribe. And if not, if you're on holiday like lovely Wendy, just enjoy yourselves and watch your positive mental attitude. Have an eye out for what's going on with you and how you're dealing with situations, because remember, you're in control of how you respond to what's going on, and you can respond in a negative way that will have detrimental effects generally on how you feel, or you can respond in a way that doesn't leave you torn or hurt, or you just let it go. So check out your positive mental attitude this week and how you can work on enhancing it, building it up. It's something that we all have to learn. It's not something that you wake up overnight and I've got this. So it's a case of learning. So please beat yourself up. I think that is it of what's going on. And thank you all very much for joining in tonight. As I said, sorry about that it went pear-shaped to begin with. I will work out with Facebook what's going on. They've updated live and I need to work that out for next week. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Thank you very much for sharing your wellness wins with me. It is always a joy to read them and to see what's going to come through. And I hope that over the next week that you'll continue to look out for yourself and for others and keep spreading all that kindness and that love, guys. I think that's it. I think I've covered everything. So next time you see me, hopefully I'll be a nan again, and I'll let you all go now. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to Empower Hour, and I will see you all next Sunday at 8 o'clock, ready to share your wellness wins and to explore mental health and well-being and what we can all do to live happier and healthier. Catherine has just said, though, daughter's moaning at me that she's not made it into the Happy Hub yet because every time we've tried it's been a Sunday or I've taken too long in Debenhams. I'm in trouble. Have you got any time off this week, Catherine? Because maybe you could bring her in this week. Eventually we will be open on a Sunday. It's just we have to find staff that can come in on a Sunday. So but in the meantime, you need to have some time off work and bring your lovely daughter into the Happy Hub because the kids love it. Kids absolutely love the Happy Hub. It's brilliant. Right, guys, thank you very much for joining in, and I will see you during the week. Hopefully some of you, and for others, I'll see you here next Sunday, 8 o'clock. Thank you for joining us. Bye. Much love. Look after yourselves.